Imagine yourself in the 1950s. The world was changing. World War II had ended, and society was beginning to rebuild with a new spirit of optimism. Technology was advancing, big cities were coming back to life, and the upper middle class was looking for ways to express their success. At that moment, the name Bentley became synonymous with absolute luxury, aristocratic lifestyle, and unmatched standards of quality in an era when cars were still symbols of status rather than mere transportation tools. Bentley created one of its greatest masterpieces, the Bentley S1. Produced between 1955 and 1959, this model quickly became a symbol of world-class luxury. It was not just a car, it was a statement of prestige. For anyone behind the wheel or even seated in the rear, Bentley S1 offered an entirely different experience, one crafted only by the finest British artisans. The model we discuss here is the 1956 Bentley S1, a timeless classic that still captivates both collectors and true automotive enthusiasts today. This particular unit comes in elegant white paint, with a striking red interior and a silky smooth 4.9-liter straight-six engine. Let's dive deeper into how this car is not merely a vehicle, but a living work of art. To understand the Bentley S1, we need to look at its historical context. In 1931, Bentley merged with Rolls-Royce, and since then, many Bentley models shared platforms with Rolls-Royce while still maintaining their own distinct identity. The Bentley S1 was launched in 1955 as the successor to the Bentley R-Type. The biggest change came from its design. The body was more modern, longer, and more spacious compared to its predecessor. Built in an era when car manufacturing still heavily relied on craftsmanship, the S1 was produced in only about 3,538 units, making it rarer than many modern supercars. This car quickly became Bentley's flagship model of the time. It was used by royalty, top businessmen, and celebrities who wanted to stand out. Wherever it appeared, the Bentley S1 signaled that its owner belonged to the highest social stratum. The one word that best describes the exterior of the 1956 Bentley S1 is graceful. Draped in soft white paint, the car's flowing body lines stand out with subtle sophistication. White wasn't just a color choice. It symbolized purity, simplicity, and undeniable authority. The front. Large round headlamps evoke pre-war designs reminiscent of the 1930s, but updated with a touch of modernity. They were paired with the tall, iconic Bentley radiator grille, an instantly recognizable feature even from a distance. From the side, the S1 shows off a long profile with pronounced fender curves, almost like a great cat ready to pounce. It stands proudly on chrome hubcap wheels wrapped in tall sidewall tires, enhancing its vintage appeal. The rear design is simple yet refined. No exaggerated lines, just perfect proportions. As it glides along, the car moves almost silently, leaving behind an aura of mystery and charm. This is the true embodiment of luxury that doesn't need to shout. It thrives in dignified silence. Stepping into the cabin of the 1956 Bentley S1 feels like entering the drawing room of an English aristocrat. The red interior greets you with a warm sense of luxury. The seats are upholstered in high-quality genuine leather that still feels supple even after more than 6 decades. Every detail is handcrafted. Genuine wood trim, polished by hand, surrounds the dashboard, doors, and console, filling the cabin with the subtle fragrance of aged timber mingling with natural leather, an atmosphere impossible to replicate in modern, tech-heavy cars. The seating is wide and comfortable, both front and rear. Remember, many Bentley owners of the era did not drive themselves. They often rode in the back with a chauffeur. That's why the rear legroom was designed to be generous, offering true comfort during long journeys. On the dashboard, An elegant push-button radio is present, along with a later added aftermarket air conditioning unit, a modern touch that adds comfort without diminishing authenticity. Being inside the Bentley S1 isn't just about sitting in a car, it's a multi-sensory experience. The scents, textures, visuals, and comfort blend into perfect harmony. The 1956 Bentley S1 is powered by a 4.9-liter straight-six engine, renowned for its smooth and quiet character. It wasn't designed for racing or rapid acceleration, but rather for luxurious cruising along the open road. Paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission, more advanced than many contemporaries still using 3 speeds, the S1 delivers an effortlessly smooth driving experience. Gear shifts are nearly imperceptible, as if the car floats over the pavement. Independent suspension and 4-wheel hydraulic brakes further enhanced ride quality. This is what set the Bentley S1 apart. It didn't just take you from one place to another, it turned the journey itself into a special occasion. Driving the Bentley S1 is an experience hard to put into words. When you start the engine, there's barely a sound, only a soft vibration letting you know it's ready. On the move, the car remains whisper quiet, unlike American muscle cars of the era that roared to flaunt power. For the driver, the large steering wheel provides full control with classic charm. For passengers, especially those in the back, the ride feels like sitting in a moving lounge. No harsh jolts, no loud noises, only comfort, tranquility, and the confidence of being inside one of the most prestigious cars ever built. With only 3,538 units ever made, the Bentley S1 has become a highly sought-after collector's item. Prices in the classic car market vary greatly depending on condition, originality, and provenance. The 1956 Bentley S1 discussed here, with its elegant white paint, red interior, and original engine still running flawlessly, is an ideal example of a sound classic investment. It doesn't just hold its value, it appreciates over time. For collectors, owning a Bentley S1 isn't merely about having a car. It's about owning a piece of British automotive history. It's like money in the bank. Stable in value, enjoyable, and with proper care, ever-increasing. One of the things that makes the Bentley S1 so special is how it shaped the world's perception of British automotive luxury. In the 1950s, while the United States was focused on giant cars with thunderous V8 engines, Britain offered something subtler, more aristocratic, and undeniably more elegant. The Bentley S1 wasn't designed to boast speed or roar loudly on the road. It embodied the philosophy of power in silence, strength that didn't need to scream to be noticed. This philosophy is what set Bentley apart from so many competitors. When people saw an S1 glide by, they knew its owner had refined taste, not just wealth. The car became a favorite of many notable figures. European royalty and world-class businessmen often chose the Bentley S1. In classic films, Bentley S-Series cars were often used to portray characters of class and authority. They were also frequently seen at state functions or lavish weddings, cementing their image as vehicles reserved for the elite. The S1 also left a lasting mark on luxury car design. Its successors, the Bentley S2 and S3, retained its design language with some improvements, such as the introduction of a V8 engine. Yet many enthusiasts still consider the S1 the purest expression of Bentley's transition from the classic to the modern era without losing its original identity. Looking back at automotive history, the S1 isn't just another model. It's a landmark connecting the pre-war tradition to the vision of the future. Even today, the philosophy embodied by the S1 lives on in every modern Bentley: elegance, power, and uncompromising comfort. The 1956 Bentley S1 symbolizes an era when true luxury wasn't measured by digital screens or electronic features, but by the quality of materials, the smoothness of the engine, and the elegance of design.it is more than a car. It's a time capsule from an age when every detail was handcrafted, every line carefully considered, and every journey felt like a special event. For anyone fortunate enough to own one, the 1956 Bentley S1 is not just a valuable collectible, but also a legacy to be passed on to the next generation. With this car, you don't just drive a vehicle, you drive history, lifestyle, and legend.